With elaborate minds and a struggle to communicate their deepest feelings, the INFJ isn't the easiest personality type to describe. Only INFJs truly know themselves well enough to understand another person with the same personality type. And so today, we're going to be unraveling the INFJ using deep self-analysis explanation from a tried and true INFJ blog called the INFJ Unraveled by Wendy Neild. Welcome, or welcome back, Psychos. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as click the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Let's dive right into the video, starting with Memo number 1. The things I hold dearest. My silence tells you more about what's important to me than my words. I love many things. I'm passionate about a variety of topics. But the things that are most dear to me, the things that are too valuable, placed on the altar of my inner cathedral of identity and order. Those things are not ones I often talk about. They're far too precious. INFJs crave connection. We want nothing more than to find common ground, to dive into the depths of an idea or a dream with someone who understands our needs to explore the deep rather than skimming the surface. We tire quickly of the day-to-day sensory conversations that permeate our world. Statistics tell us that over 75% of Americans identify as sensors, and while we appreciate them, they exhaust us as much as we confuse and tire them. We want something deep and profound, something that makes us feel we're not alone. Yet, even in those moments, there are some things that are too precious to share, too hard to explain and defend. Those are the things about which we are silent. Memo number 2. Putting out the fleece. We don't trust easily. We don't trust easily at all. No matter where you grew up or what your family was like, you wanted it to be perfect. The way you felt it should be, the way you saw it in your head. It never was. And every time you dreamed up perfection and lived through disappointment, the sorrow wove a dark crease through the next dream. And every time you dreamed up the perfection and lived through disappointment, the sorrow wove a dark crease through the next dream. You never lost hope. We never do. But you lost trust in the people around you. INFJs are often called walking contradictions. Idealists with the core of a cynic. Counselors and empathy with a dark streak of potential cruelty. And it's true. But the source of that dichotomy comes from the glory of our internal world coming into contact with the sad inadequacies of the external one. It's like putting a hot glass into ice water. The opposites tear each other apart. Yet, hope is an inherent part of the INFJ. We are people drawn towards the future, orientated towards a holistic view of the world. It's in our nature. We want people to care about each other, to be as considerate as we try to be. We want people to notice each other's needs and care for one another. And we want people to notice our needs and care. But they usually don't. We know that. So we learn not to trust, and we begin testing. We disappear to see if anyone notices our absence. We don't eat to see if anyone notices and takes care of us. We stop talking just to see if anyone was listening. It's not a healthy behaviour. Testing people who say they care about you isn't nice or necessarily wise. But we do it. When we test the people around us, we're calling out into the void, pulling on the threads that bind us to one another. We're asking whether we really matter. Who we are, not just what we do for you. We're asking you to affirm our value in life by noticing us, by seeing us, even when we do not openly ask you to. Fail to see us, fail the test, and we will step back, knowing that while we may love you, you are likely to disappoint us. Memo number 3. Finding harmony. It is the dissonance that hurts us. As INFJs, we come into this world with a sense of how things should be, an innate knowledge of how an encounter or a moment should play out. Our inner world is rich and nuanced. It vibrates with a music that moves us and lets our imagination dance through wonders. But reality does not move to that same rhythm. It does not operate on how things should be. It operates on how they are. For an INFJ, it is the difference between the inner world and the outer world, the constant dissonance between the music of our soul and the chords of reality that hurt us and make us feel like aliens lost in a world that has no place for us. I cannot remember a time when I did not feel that disconnected. My earliest memories are of the desperate longing to be in the company of others, to find the special connections I had read about in books, to find the deep bonds I longed for and imagined made real. But the actuality was nothing like what I had dreamed of. I found myself far more comfortable with imaginary friends than with other children. But there are those moments, those precious moments when the internal world and the external one are in harmony, when it should be is the way that it is. Those moments lie scattered across our lives like priceless gems, moments that give us a sense of peace and harmony beyond the power of words. As we grow older, as we understand ourselves better, we learn to recognize those moments and lose ourselves in the precious harmony. It's only in those breaths of wonder that we truly feel a part of this strange world and genuinely feel that we are understood. Memo number 4. The small. Sometimes I ask myself, is there value in the little things? Around me, the world clamours for the epic, the moments of saving the world, the bigger explosions, the master schemes, and I find myself at a loss. I dance in the moonlight, bathe in the song of a small brown wren, find joy in an hour of conversation. Am I then so boring, so insignificant? As an INFJ, I see the needs of those around me in a way that I cannot ignore. They tug at the edges of my vision, the edges of my heart, the seams of my soul. I see them and I know that I can meet both those needs. So I do. And with every emotion, I hope and pray that someone will see me. Someone will find beauty in that service. Someone will think of me as a beam of moonlight. But those hopes and prayers often whisper away into the breeze. I am rarely grand and epic. I see the greater picture, but I see it as a web of needs, of beautiful individuals marred in need and pain. I am overwhelmed with so much, so I begin to meet the needs of those around me, those that I can. It is not epic, it is small and simple, but I dream that there is beauty in it nonetheless. Memo number 5. Inner landscapes. It is only in time alone that an INFJ can remember who they are. In the normal bustle of life, there are thousands of us, shattered pieces of mirror, each reflecting a slightly different image in someone's eyes. We are parents, friends, mentors, customers, and unlike other types, each one of those roles is an instant identity, a full-fledged person of a moment. Sometimes we get lost in the myriad of people we feel required to be in our lives. We lose track of who we are because we are too busy being who everyone else needs. It's instinct. We do it without thought, and it leaves us feeling broken, hollow, alone, and strangely undefined. Only in the silence, when we are allowed to explore our rich inner landscapes, can we truly remember who we are, not who others expect us to be. We lose ourselves in the cacophony of expectations and needs, but we are never gone. Perhaps the hardest thing is to preserve the time to find ourselves, to stretch out in silence and remember, without guilt, who we are and what things make us feel alive, only to be called back to who we are supposed to be. Well, that wraps up today's video, Psychos. Did you relate to these deep words of INFJ wisdom? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos.